Welcome to the Cave here at Mishawaka High School. I'm Matt Rendell with Mishawaka Network with Cam Stokes. We're here to bring you some girls basketball action tonight. We just found out not too long ago in the last few days that senior night is tonight, so that's why we're on a little bit early. But you will be seeing senior night in its entirety here in 2.5-ish minutes or so. They are finishing up JV. The Mishawaka Cavemen lead 49-12 as that game is nearing the end. So we're going to show you the end of that JV game here, as Max Dubé over here on the ones and twos is going to put the game back on for us. There we go. You can see the JV action there as they are getting ready to finish. This is the Mishawaka Cavemen girls team. They're taking on the Elkhart Christian Eagles. I think it's the Eagles.
The Eagles.
Yeah, look at that. Cam, what are you looking forward to here tonight?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to see improvement from the team. I've said it over and over that the girls need to improve on their accuracy.
Yeah.
The last game was a little rough on both sides, so hopefully we see some improvement, and I'm really looking forward to see that.
Yeah, the last home game struggled a little bit. I was against Bremen. That lost. They had a really tough game against Penn on Tuesday night. We weren't there. Obviously, that was on the road. We were covering some very exciting wrestling action here in the Cave that night, but the girls lost to Penn 63-12, and they're going to try their best here tonight to come out with their third victory of the season. Again, we're finishing up some JV basketball here as we're getting ready for senior night here in just a second. Again, Cavemen lead 49-12. That is a running clock. The clock is running right now. We're going to have an exciting night here. We're going to, after this and after senior night, we'll get you some updated Commissioner Corner interviews here, and we'll get you some exciting updates on things happening around Mishawaka High School. A lot of things going on, including a special event coming up in March that we'll talk with Cam here about in pregame.
Yeah.
So lots of stuff going on here around the school and around the city as we get ready for senior night. Short senior night tonight. Only two seniors. Who are our two seniors here tonight,
yes,
Cam?
Kayla Yon and Samari Smith.
And Samari's been here all 4 years. Kayla Yon actually transferred in 2 years ago from Clay as Clay was shutting down. They were trying to find a new school, and so she came on over from Clay. So an exciting senior night, but only two seniors, a very young girls basketball team. And honestly, you're going to see that with Elkhart Christian here tonight. Elkhart Christian is going to start two freshmen tonight as they only have one senior on their roster. So an exciting time here as we're ending the fourth quarter. You'll hear the buzzer here in just a second as that clock's about to run out. Cavemen will come away with a 52-12 win in the JV basketball game as we get ready here for senior night. We're going to get some photographers and videographers set up on the floor here as we will be able to bring you senior night here. Cam, you're only a sophomore, but you've been through now, seen a few senior nights. What goes through some of these emotions here with some of the players as they play their last game? Not in this case, not their last game, but their last season in the Cave.
Honestly, I mean, I can't imagine all of it just because I'm not quite yet a senior. But especially finishing up high school, going on to a big start, whether they're going to college or whether they're staying home doing whatever they want. There's definitely a lot of emotions there, leaving their friends, maybe leaving home for a little bit if they're going off to college. Yeah,
and even these are kind of, I try to talk to you guys in class a little bit, but this idea that, like, for y'all, this is high school. This is the last chance where you don't have to do all the adult things, right? Like, I know you have to do some, and you got to do, learn to drive and get paid and do all these other things. But once you leave, now you're really on your own a little bit. And so I think this is an exciting time. It's always exciting for senior night to see the teams kind of celebrate those seniors. In the case of Samari Smith and Kaylee, and the multiple years of being on this basketball team. So we'll see how they do here tonight as we get ready for senior night. You're going to hear Mr. DeWilkins on the call of that. We'll see how Mr. Mark Paulsgrove down there getting set up. I think we're about ready. I'm not sure. The cheerleaders are setting up, but I think they got to tell them, like, hey, we got senior night first. Yeah. Coach Overholzer over there telling them senior night is coming up. So we're going to move that camera so you can see it a little bit better.
You can definitely see a lot of the people in the cave are getting excited. All the girls on the floor of on the basketball team are excited. The cheerleaders, quite a few of them, which I know myself, they're all talking, getting excited before this game. Will definitely be a fun one for the cavemen. While there will be a little bit of a difference here since it's senior night.
Yeah, we're trying to get people in the right spots. And look how we got it. There we go.
Yes, and like he said, trying to get people in their correct spots. There's a little bit of a change on the floor. Normally, I'm down there doing photography, little bit of videography.
And that's a good point. Did you check that both of those galleries got uploaded today? I know the wrestling one showed up there. Did you check the other?
I did not check. I should do that.
You should. If you go and check out cavemansports.com, you'll see a lot of photo galleries. There's one girls basketball from Eli Elkins, but most of those are from Cam Stokes here.
Dating back to football season.
Yeah, so you can go see a lot of nice photographs there of different sports and events going on around Mishawaka High School. We just had a big MHS 100 basketball game. She's got some stuff from there that's not uploaded yet, but we're getting there.
It looks like swimming from Riley, which was a little bit ago, right before break, and also girls wrestling sectionals.
And that was exciting. We'll talk about wrestling here in not too long. Wrestling is just such an exciting sport here. We had an exciting week. Dating back to last Friday, as you talked about with sectionals. So we're going to give it over to Mr. DeWilkins for our senior night here.
Seniors this evening, starting first with a senior, Kayla Yan. Kayla is escorted by her father, Mark Yan, mother, Desiree Yan, grandfather, Ronald Yan, and brother, Cody Yan. Kayla has been a part of Band, National Honor Society, freshman mentoring, girls basketball, and a 4-H member. Her future plans are to attend Indiana University Bloomington and study business management. And her advice for underclassmen, get involved, don't be shy for help, and ask for help of any kind, and stay persistent. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our senior, Kayla Yan. And Samari Smith. Samari is being escorted by her father, Rodney Smith, mother, Amber Hatfield, stepmom, Shelly Smith, and sister, Colleen Smith. She participates in being part of the Student Athletic Council, National Honor Society basketball, volleyball, and track. Her future plans are attend college to study biology, then attend dental school to become a dentist. And her advice for underclassmen, have as much fun with high school as you can and don't take yourself too seriously. If I could direct your attention at this time, a huge round of applause and make some noise for our seniors, Kayla Yan and Samari Smith.
So those are your two seniors here for the Mishawaka girls basketball team. They will be starting here tonight in a different starting lineup for the Cavemen, which we'll get to in a little bit. Cam and I will be right back. We're going to give you 5 minutes here with the Commissioner Paul Neidig of the IHSAA. He's going to talk to you about some updates. This was filmed or recorded a couple days ago, so this is pretty up to date. So you'll hear from him for the next 5 minutes. We'll come back. We'll talk about starters. We'll talk about Elkhart Christian a little bit. We're going to have a special guest at halftime up here, which will be fun. But an exciting night here, a senior night, as the Cavemen try to get their third win of the season.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone. Another great week with conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Commissioner, hope you're doing well. Hope you were able to dig out from all the snow that we just had. It must be January, and it must be basketball season.
That's exactly right, Coach. And you know what would be it wouldn't be wintertime if we had a few days in there where we
Right.
we watch the old snow come down and we wonder if we're going to get to play a game or not. And you know, as we said before, it may slow us down for just a little bit while we have a little snow, but we always figure it out and get those games in and move right on through the season.
You mentioned the process. You mentioned the rule process. It's something that I don't think people fully understand. And this time of year is when this rule process or the proposal process begins. And it does start with coaches and coaches associations. And it's not just a decision made by the IHSA staff. The membership is intimately involved in every part of this process.
That's exactly right, Coach. You know, there's a couple mechanisms to change rules for the association. You know, many people think that I, as the commissioner, have the ability to wave my rule-making wand and change, and that's just not the way it works. You know, we have coaches associations that meet and listen to the coaches and survey the coaches and take information that they have and bring it back, and I can propose rules on behalf of coaches association, which I often do. And the other thing is every member school, we have 409 member schools in the state, and every principal of every school has the ability to make a recommendation for a rule change, and we certainly encourage that process. And we're in the process now of listening, and we've notified or will notify the schools soon that they can make rules proposals. And you know, it's so important that what's going on in different parts of the state have a voice to this organization, and that's what this process embodies. And then once the proposal is written, we take it around the state. I travel the state in the spring and talk about each rule proposal, and then our board of directors, who are elected by our member schools, we have 19 members of our representatives from around the state made up of superintendents, of principals, of athletic directors. They then have the ability to vote on these rules. Paul Neidig doesn't vote. Our board votes, and they can adopt a new rule or modify or deny a change. And so that's the way this process works, and it's worked well for quite a while, and we think it is a fair process, and it does have the ability to make changes as we need to.
I appreciate that explanation. I think it's important for people to have that knowledge, have that information, and understand that it is a membership-driven institution and that the commissioner does not have what we call elastic powers to be able to enact any rule change that he would deem necessary.
That's exactly right, Coach, and nor should I. You know, it's like anything else. There has to be a body of voice, and we have that in the state of Indiana, to where and a lot of people don't realize that our board is made up of small schools, large schools. We have representation from urban schools, or from urban individuals, from minority individuals, from a private school, female representatives. We've tried to take a wide approach to making sure that our board represents every state, every size school in the state of Indiana.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. This is our weekly conversation about all things IHSAA related. Commissioner, great to talk to you as usual. Happy New Year. Be safe on the highways, and thanks for all you do for high school sports in our state.
Thanks, Coach, and I appreciate everything you do in support of student athletes.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Forte Waterproofing is celebrating over 60 years of satisfied customers. Experience, innovation, hard work, confidence, pride, honesty, integrity, determined, committed to achieve excellence. Fix it with Forte, fix it for good.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back inside the cave. We're warming up, getting ready for girls varsity basketball. They're really wrapping up the season here. They don't have that many games left as they are getting ready to get to the final stretch of the season, which includes a number of NLC games, a number of very difficult games for the Mishawaka girls. But I'm Matt Rendell here with Cam Stokes. Cam, let's start with a recap of things happening recently. Last Friday, we had a couple of events. Let's start with some wrestling. Really exciting wrestling happening. We were here last Friday for girls sectional wrestling, the first one ever for an IHSA sport. How'd that go?
Yeah, it went really well. Mishawaka came out with 4 champions in first place. I was definitely quite impressed, especially since the girls wrestling program, it's not that it's a new program, but it is a new sport, so there was a lot of new girls. And I was definitely very excited by the turnout that we had. Yeah. There were not only a lot of fans, but also a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah, well, in a lot of teams, Daniel and I talked in our last broadcast, because we were doing the boys wrestling, which we'll get to, about the number of wrestlers. Penn had a full team. I mean, lots of wrestlers on their team. But schools like Triton, Elkhart were there, Jimtown, so lots of schools being represented there. And it was just an exciting day, a good wrestling, and Mishawaka ended up with 4 wrestlers winning sectionals, and they'll be wrestling at Goshen for regionals. That leads us to our second wrestling event of the week, which was on Tuesday night. Was that Tuesday night?
Yeah,
Tuesday night. The days run together sometimes. Tuesday night, we were here in the cave for wrestling action. You don't get a lot of that. But in the cave here for wrestling as Mishawaka took on Penn. It was an exciting night. You were down on the floor. What was the energy like in the building?
The energy was definitely very high. I saw quite a few wrestlers get aggressive with each other. I had to back up because I almost got hit multiple times.
It does happen.
I guess that's the risk with being down on the floor, especially that close to the mat. I got to see quite a few classmates get pins and win their matches. So that was definitely exciting.
Well, and we saw some new-ish varsity wrestlers, some wrestlers that really haven't wrestled too much for the varsity team. Liam Finn was one of those. We saw
Corey Gardner.
Corey Gardner out there wrestling at 150. Some sickness, some injuries, some other things. I know Tommy Hoover wrestled, and then I know the team and the coaches are very excited about his potential. Tristan Stevens wrestled at heavyweight. So just a kind of an exciting night here in the cave, and the Mishawaka Cavemen came out victorious. It was we thought they might do okay, but they really kind of dominated for a while. And then we got the big punctuation with Trey Dunning getting the win over Malachi Evans. That was an exciting match.
That was memorable.
Caden O'Neill had a beautiful throw and pin that was really good, and you'll see some of those highlights coming up tomorrow on the newscast. I got to do some finishing touches on that, but we'll get that finished. Next week, we'll have a special newscast that'll be scripted, written out, recorded, and edited all by two mass media students in Corinne Flick and Mackenzie Smith. They're working on that together, so that'll be exciting. They're working on script today. Corinne was sick, but she said, you know what, send me the script. We'll get that going. Just she's does a great job. So we're excited about that. But wrestling, we had girls basketball against Bremen. Bremen came out and really played very well last Friday. So lots of exciting stuff. We have some events coming up. Saturday, we'll be back in the cave in the afternoon for girls basketball action against Plymouth. That is the Plymouth Pilgrims for girls basketball. So
not the Rockies.
We got it. So exciting times going on here. Lots of events, lots of things happening, and we're excited. And tonight we got girls basketball, but tonight's also, you talked about it a little bit, the Orange Bowl. Notre Dame takes on Penn State,
which is why Daniel is not
here. Correct. Well, he wanted to be, but you know, you don't. These are unique times. You don't always get these. You know, I got a chance as an IU fan to go to the IU Notre Dame game, and as an IU fan, I can tell you, we definitely don't get many football opportunities. They're not usually very good.
Which I know Daniel's watching right now, so you gotta get that shout out.
Yeah. So it's going to be an exciting night here for the Cavemen Senior Night. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to do some starting lineup introductions. You will actually hear tonight Mr. DeWilkins down there doing those introductions during the actual starting lineups. But we'll show you who's going to be starting tonight. We'll give you some updates. I got some information on Elkhart Christian Academy, and then we'll obviously talk about the two seniors starting tonight for the Mishawaka Cavemen.
Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Forte Waterproofing is celebrating over 60 years of satisfied customers. Experience, innovation, hard work, confidence, pride, honesty, integrity, determined, committed to achieve excellence. Fix it with Forte, fix it for good.
Welcome back inside the cave. We did promise an update about some exciting things coming up. I did forget, so I wanted to make sure we got that in. Right now, we've got a lot of people in the network, at the Mishawaka Network, connected in with the spring musical. So I know you're involved in it. Lots of other people here involved with it. Evan's down on the floor. His girlfriend's just star, evidently. So Cam, tell us a little bit about what's going on with the musical.
I just started rehearsals on Monday, learning the first few songs, learning some choreo, getting to meet some of the new freshmen. Like you said, Mr. Rendell, Evan's girlfriend, Allie, I personally have been friends with her for a few years, doing shows with her at a company based here in Mishawaka. So I absolutely love to see that we have some new faces coming in and that we have a new face as a lead.
Yeah, and that's just I haven't seen her sing other than in the choirs, right? I've seen that, and so you guys saying she's doing a great job.
I will
and
say the girl can sing.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously don't get cast in those roles if you can't.
Yeah.
But in the network, obviously, Cam, you're a part of it. I know Anna Yoder and Ava Stopczynski are
Max
in it.
Is part
Max
of
is
it.
in it.
George is the prop master.
So we got lots of people involved, and so that'll be exciting. And then obviously you talked about Allie being playing that role of Cinderella, and then Corin Shepley playing the role of the prince. So exciting times here for everybody. And then obviously the musical coming up. I mean, you guys just started rehearsal this week, but I know that comes on you fast. So you guys are getting ready
March
for
14th, 15th, and 16th. Mark your calendars.
And I know Miss Beeson kind of directing. Miss Such, is she doing choreography?
Yeah.
I saw that on the school board meeting.
We don't currently have a choreographer because our normal choreographer, Mr. Heisey, has some personal stuff going on. So Sarah, our director, and Mrs. Such, our choir director, are both teaming up to do some choreography.
With that, we're going to get back to some basketball stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and start with some Elkhart Christian information. We're going to get you the starting lineups here for them, and then Cam will get you with some Mishawaka starting lineups. But let's go through Elkhart Christian. They have a unique starting lineup, including 2 freshmen, a pair of sisters, which is exciting. But let's start with number 3, Lily Maxwell. She's one of those freshmen. She will start today. Also starting as leading scorer, number 5, Ivy Clapsaddle. She is a junior on this Elkhart Christian team. Number 11, Kyla Yordy, another freshman. So those are the 2 freshmen starting. And then number 12, Justine Yordy. So Kyla and Justine Yordy are starting both for Elkhart Christian. And then the last one is Sydney Haviland, and she is number 23. She is the leading rebounder for the Elkhart Christian Eagles. And so those are your 5 starters: Maxwell, Clapsaddle, the Yordy sisters, and then Haviland. They have a pretty small team, about 8 or 9 players, and their head coach is Jason Goon. So that is your Elkhart Christian starting lineup. I've got some more information we'll go over in a little bit, but let's get over to the Mishawaka starters and some information about what's going on here tonight.
Yeah, like we said earlier, the starting lineup is a little bit different with our 2 seniors tonight starting Samari Smith and Kayla Yon. Starting like normal, we have Millie Mamalenti, Tanasia Summers, and Holly Shine. It will definitely be interesting to see these seniors out here, as so far in the season they haven't had too much playing time, about once every other game. And I am interested to see what they bring out to the court tonight. As you can probably see in your left-hand corner that the Cavemen just came out to start warming up with less than 4 minutes, 3 minutes until the game starts.
So those are your Mishawaka starters. We did get that graphic updated. Sorry about that. Tanasia Summers is on there now. So it'll be Smith, Mamalenti, Summers, Yon, and Shine starting for the Mishawaka Cavemen. You will hear that PA announcement here shortly as you hear the 3-minute buzzer going off. So, Cam, we're getting ready for basketball action. You've been at all of the girls' games, or most of them?
I missed one of them.
Okay, so you've been at most of these home games. The girls have had a difficult season, 2-12 on the season. Justin Overholser's first year coaching. They play tonight. They play again Saturday, so they're kind of playing back-to-back this week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah.
I talked to Coach Overholser about that, and he said that's just tough on the team. And then it doesn't get a lot easier. They get a couple days off before January 15th, but then they play Warsaw, one of the best teams in the state. Wawasee, Adams has played really well. Northridge is ranked in the top 10. But then they end the season on the road at New Prairie and at Goshen, 2 teams that they feel comfortable playing. So not an easy schedule to finish out the season.
Yeah.
You've watched some of the games. You talked about it earlier. I think they're doing a better job of getting shots up, but you talked about it earlier. They got to get some to go in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I say it a lot, and I'm sure you viewers are tired of hearing it. But the girls, they aren't afraid of getting the ball up, but they have a lot of trouble with accuracy.
Yeah.
I noticed that especially last game. I know, Rundle, we had a whole conversation earlier about how there didn't seem to be quite any MVPs that we saw on the court like we normally do.
Yeah, usually you can pick out somebody that said, okay, they played well, and last game it just wasn't there. They couldn't put it all together, and so we'll see tonight what they can do here against Elkhart Christian. The JV dominated 52-12. The Cavemen varsity are going to try to put together a similar performance, and we'll see what they can do coming off the big loss to Penn on Tuesday and then Bremen last week. We're going to take one last break here, 1 minute, 20 seconds until game time. When we come back, you'll see the starters, you'll see the anthem, and then we'll get started with some girls basketball here from the Cave.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back. We are in the Cave, one of the great venues for all of basketball. We're going to be coming with you with the anthem here in a second, and then we're going to get you some starting lineups, and then we're going to get to the main events, basketball. Yeah. Basketball is fun for me. It's the sport I care about most. So flag is down. We're going to take you down to the PA announcer and the start of tonight's game.
Basketball contest between the visiting Elkhart Christian Eagles and your Mishawaka Cavemen. And at this time, we ask that you please rise, gentlemen, remove your caps, and join us as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Tonight's officials are Brian Barger, Carrie Schnick, and Michael Collins. And tonight's IHSAA officials are trained, experienced, and licensed. They are officiating tonight's game because of their desire to support our youth and their willingness to serve our community. Let's thank our officials for being here tonight. And fans, 2025 marks the 50th anniversary of the IHSAA Girls Basketball State Tournament. Each year, over 4,500 female student athletes take part in adding to our unique Hoosier tradition. In 49 states, it's just basketball, but this is Indiana. Please join us in celebrating our student athletes and 50 years of our game. And if I could direct your attention to the court for the presentation of tonight's starting lineups, starting first with the visiting Elkhart Christian Academy Eagles. At freshman number 3, Lillian Maxwell. She's a junior, number 5, Ivy Clapsaddle. She's a freshman, number 11, Kyla Yorty. She's a junior, number 12, Justine Yorty. And a junior, number 23, Sydney Haviland. And the Elkhart Christian Eagles head coach is Coach Jason Goon. Caveman fans in the stands, get on your feet and make some noise as we proudly present to you the starting lineup for your Mishawaka Cavemen. At guard, she's a senior, number 4, Samari Smith. At guard, she's a sophomore, number 10, Millie Mamolenti. And at forward, she's a sophomore, number 11, Tanisha Summers. At forward, one of them seniors, number 21, Kayla Yan. And at forward, she's a junior, number 24, Holly Shine. The Mishawaka head coach is Coach Justin Overholzer.
And with that, that was exciting. That was nice. That was the first time we were able to get the PA announcer into our stream there, so that worked out great. We've got a full crew here tonight to bring you some Mishawaka girls basketball action as the girls head out onto the court, as it will be Tanasia Summers for the Cavemen against number 5, Ivy Clapsaddle, for the Eagles. And we're off and running. Cavemen in their white jerseys, maroon trim. They're going from right to left on your screen. In the all black with purple numbers are the Eagles of Elkhart Christian. They will be going from left to right as we start the game off with our first turnover of the game. This is a travel on Samari Smith.
Even though the game has already started, I've already noticed quite an improvement in communication from the Cavemen.
Yeah, they're going to need to. It's going to be a long evening otherwise. The Eagles got the ball inside as they try to get an easy basket, but it's going to go off a leg out of bounds, and that's going to stay with the Eagles as it goes off of Jan, one of those seniors starting for the Cavemen.
Already a foul, I believe, on the Cavemen. Yes, Caveman foul on number 5, Ivy Clapsaddle. She'll be going for the free throw.
Clapsaddle going to try to get the first points on the board, but she cannot after missing that first free throw. She is the leading scorer for the Elkhart Christian Eagles. Talked to her dad. He was keeping score for the Eagles over there. She makes the second one, putting the Eagles up 1-0. And this is where the Cavemen have struggled. They break the press, but Jan's got to catch the ball. She cannot, and that's going to be another turnover as a great save there. That was number 23, Sydney Haviland, who threw it right off of Jan, was able to get another turnover on the Cavemen.
Looks like Evan got ran into.
Yeah, well, it happens down there sometimes.
Oh, I know that one.
And the Cavemen are going to try to put some pressure on the ball handler there, as that's up and no good. First miss of the game. This one by number 11, Kyla Yordi. And even off the miss, Elkhart Christian is going to come into this press and just a toss-up. That's a third turnover of the game for the Cavemen.
Ma'am Lindsay's already coming in strong, though.
Yeah, she's looked good so far, but that pass wasn't going to work as Yordi almost turns it over, but does not. Clapsaddle drives in the lane. Good defense, but they're going to say a reach in there on Samari Smith for her first foul of the game.
It's like number 11 with the Eagles will inbound the ball.
They're going to get it back to her in the corner. Nothing there. She's going to dribble it back out top. Yordi drives. She looks for the kick. She kicks it out to her sister, Justine Yordi. As Clapsaddle thought about the three, but they'll reset with Kyla Yordi. So the sisters, there's 2 pair of sisters on this Elkhart Christian team. The Yordi sisters who are starting, and then the Mojica sisters who are both coming off the bench. 2-3 zone by the Cavemen as May Malenti is going to guard the top with Samari Smith. And the 3 bottom, you've got Yon, Shine, and Summers.
I will say, I love seeing sister duos out there.
Yeah. It's exciting to play with your siblings. I was able to do that a little bit with my brothers. Mostly my younger brother and I played on the soccer team. He was actually good at soccer. I just went out there and played. I was the goalie. It's not really playing soccer.
I mean,
Good defense here by the Cavemen as they're making the Elkhart Christian Eagles earn it. It's going to be Haviland passing it across. Summers thought about the steal as Justine Yordi drives in, backs it out to Clapsaddle. And there's the 3. That one up by Maxwell, and it's up no good. But an offensive rebound, but Holly Shine comes away with it.
even with very little people in the cave is getting quite loud tonight. Energy high from both teams.
Well, senior night's always nice for that. The teams get involved in it as Man Malenti gets it over to Shine. She looks inside. It's going to go off the leg of Haviland, and it's going to stay with the Cavemen. So the Cavemen only trail by 1. It seemed like the ball's been down over on the Eagles' offensive side for a long time, but the Cavemen have really kept it close with some good defense. Man-to-man defense being employed here by the Eagles, as it'll be Mamalenti who crosses over, goes into the lane, puts up the runner. It's up off the backboard, no good. Yon with the offensive rebound, but that's going to be a jump ball.
Honestly, I thought that was going to go in from Mamalenti.
Yeah, it was a good drive and it was a good shot, but she couldn't get it to go. That's the Cavemen's first shot, though. The turnovers have been a problem all year, and 3 straight turnovers to start, but they were able to get a shot up that time. A pretty good-looking shot, too, as now it'll be this semi 1-2-2 zone half-court trap they're trying to do. As Yon goes to the steal, can't quite get it. And that's a travel. No, they're going to call foul. I thought she might have traveled, but they're going to call Mamalenti her first foul of the game as well. That's a 3rd team foul for the Cavemen.
Racking it up already.
Yeah. 5 fouls is going to lead to 2 free throws. So 3 fouls already, and they're going to try to get this half-court trap, and they just couldn't get it. Good drive by Clapsaddle. Ooh, almost traveled, but they're going to say no travel, and the shot's up no good, but it's another turnover. And now it's an easy one.
Right, up and in by 23, Sydney Haviland.
Yeah, Haviland, she missed the first one, but was wide open, as that's going to be a good drive by Millie Mamalenti, but runs right into the junior Haviland, who is getting 8.5 rebounds a game, but she has a much bigger body out there, and Mamalenti did not make her move much, but she does draw the foul, so Mamalenti will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Mamalenti will put the first one up. It is no good.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they didn't call that a blocking foul.
Yeah. Well, they did call it blocking foul. I think they thought about calling a charge, which would have been an offensive foul. The second free throw is good. Cavemen get on the board finally, making it 3-1. You have the Cavemen fans behind us want them to play some defense as they try to trap again, but Tanasia Summers doesn't stay on it. It's another good pass to Haviland up, blocked, no good. And that's going to stay with the Eagles.
Speaking of fans, Mr. Ebri, we were talking about him earlier. He shows up to every single varsity game.
He does, and he's here tonight for senior night as we got some subs. The 2 seniors will go to the bench after starting this game. Samari Smith, Kayla Yon. Into the game, Grace Matherly and Reese Brew. 2 of the normal starters for the most part as they're back into the game. This is Yordi driving in, tries to pass it, goes off the knee of Summers, and the Cavemen really smothering the ball right now. Kyla Yordi with the dribble.
Reese Brew's all over her.
Absolutely. There's another 3 by Maxwell. She really winds up on those 3s. That's going to go off Elkhart Christian out of bounds as Maxwell can't hit the rim. And that's going to be a timeout here by the Elkhart Christian Eagles, as right now they can't get anything going on offense. They do lead 3-1 here from the Cave at Mishawaka High School. That'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here for this timeout. Cam, so far the Eagles have gotten up 6 shots. They've only made 1 of them. They got a free throw to go. Yeah. Cavemen have only got 1 shot up at the rim. What do you think the Cavemen need to do here to get some points?
I think the Cavemen need to make sure that they're not getting these turnovers.
Yeah.
A big issue so far, I know we're not far into the game,
right,
but is that they're not able to keep the ball under their control.
Yeah, I mean, when you start the game with 3 possessions, turn the ball over, that's where you struggle. I think the hope for Justin Overholzer, for Coach Overholzer, is you get your normal starters back in the game now. You can try to break this press. You got a couple now with Millie Mamalenti, Reese Brew in the game, a couple good ball handlers. Holly Shine is pretty strong with the ball. So we'll see what they can do out of this timeout against this 2-2-1 full court press. It'll be Matherly with the ball. She goes between her legs. He gets it to Shine. She's got to pass it up, and that's how you break a press, with the pass and not the dribble, as Reese Brew will bring it up court and get it back out to Mamalenti, and they'll reset.
Quite a catch from Mamalenti.
Yeah. Over to Brew in 3 points. She might have traveled. No call as she loses the ball. Shine dives on the floor, gets it. But that's going to be a jump ball, and that's going to stay with the Cavemen after the last jump ball went to the Eagles. So a little bit better on offense, almost a turnover, but they're driving to the hoop and trying to get shots up at the rim. Summers thought about swinging it, but she's got a wide open lane. A nice Euro step. It's up, no good, but there's a foul. She almost got that to go. But Tanasia Summers will head to the line to try to give the Cavemen more points as they trail 3-1.
Yeah, which that's one of the examples of what I was talking about earlier. The Cavemen definitely are not scared to try to get the ball up there, but their accuracy is not great.
Summers will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And she'll get the first one off the backboard, no good. That one looked good off her hand. It's just couldn't quite get it to go. Those are shots she'll take. Yeah, you want them to go, but you got to get them up there, and as long as they're on target, some of them will go down as she takes the second one. It is up, and it is off the back rim again. So 0 for 2 from the line, and that's where you need to get those points, is from the free throw line, as Cavemen will try to play some defense, and they do. Justine Yordi couldn't hold on to the ball as she dribbles it out of bounds, and it'll be Cavemen ball here with 3:25 to go in the first quarter. It's full court man-to-man press here by the Eagles, as it'll be Mamalenti trying to dribble the ball up. She gets it over to Brew, who drives in. She's got a lane. It's closed off out to Matherly, who takes the quick three-pointer. It's short, and Summers comes up with the rebound. She tries to go up again, but passes it off to Shine.
What a save from Shine there.
Yep. Over to Summers, and she gets a foot on the line. It's no good. And another rebound. This by Matherly, and she travels. But the Cavemen were able to get a couple shots at the rim, and that's what you want if you're a Mishawaka fan.
Inbound for the Eagles. Currently, Clapsaddle has the ball. Sorry, no. Yordi.
Yeah, it's the younger Yordi as she turns it over, and Summers got a chance for a layup. Can she get it up? She pump fakes up, and it's good. Tanasia Summers gets the 2 to go, and the Cavemen have tied the game in a game where they have struggled. They've turned the ball over a number of times. They're still tied as they look to put some suffocating defense on. That's going to be an easy call there, as Reese Brews is going to get called for the reach-in, and that's not what you want. That's the 4th foul on the Cavemen. Next foul will send the Eagles to the line, and in a tie game, you don't want people going to the free throw line.
Which, speaking of the younger Yordi, just a couple plays ago, she flew over the arms of her opponents.
Yeah, Kyla Yordi has got the ball right now. She passes it up, almost stolen, and now it is stolen. Holly Shine comes up with the ball as she's getting pushed. I'm surprised they didn't call a foul, but they get it over to Mamalenti, and she's got some open court. And she dribbles into a trap, and that's an easy trap. That's going to be off of Elkhart Christian, out of bounds. So what you want to make sure not to do is dribble into those traps, and the Cavemen have done that way too many times this year.
I will say, on the positive side, Millie Mamalenti is definitely there with the aggression that she needs.
A nice out-of-bounds play as they throw an over-the-head pass. As Shine puts it up off the backboard, no good. Matherly gets the rebound. She thought about going up, but she travels again.
Got to make sure that your foot doesn't come
the
up.
turnovers piling up now for the Cavemen as they just can't seem to get it to go. And Coach Overholtz is saying, hey, shoot the ball. When you catch it, put it up. It'll be Kyla Yordi bringing it up court over to Maxwell. Maxwell gets it over half court. Almost stolen, but Clapsaddle gets it open lane, but Matherly blocks it. Huge block there by Grace Matherly as the Eagles will keep the ball, but score no points. Clapsaddle thought she might have been fouled, but no foul was called. Brew almost comes away with the steal, and it's Justine Yordi to Kyla Yordi to Clapsaddle, who puts it off the backboard and good. Ivy Clapsaddle gets the 3 off the backboard, and then she immediately fouls Tanasia Summers, her first foul of the game.
Which, that brings the Cavemen behind by 3 points.
Yeah, very low-scoring first quarter. The Cavemen only scored 12 points in their last game against Penn and then 15 in the game against Bremen. Good pass by Matherly to Shine to Mamalenti. She's going to drive in the lane, open lane, but she loses it. It goes up, and it's no good as the Eagles will come the other way. They've got numbers, but it goes through Justine Yordi's hands and out of bounds.
Daniel and I talked about it not too long ago. I believe the Cavemen average about 20 points a game.
Yep. Yeah, I think we looked in third block today. It's about 23 points a game as there's a steal and almost a foul, and there is the foul. And that's not what you want. There's a minute 21 left in the first quarter, and Holly Shine's going to be called for her second foul, and that's going to probably send her to the bench. And not only her to the bench, it'll be the 5th foul on the Cavemen. So that's going to lead to 2 free throws for Justine Yordi.
Right now she's still out there, but I can see Kayla is getting ready to sub in.
So
there's Kayla Yon subbing in for Holly Shine.
So Yordi doesn't get the first one to go, as both teams have missed some free throws here in the first quarter, and that one's no good either. But an offensive rebound out to Yordi. Three-pointer, no good. So 2 missed free throws, a missed three-pointer. As some excitement's happening there, as that's going to be an easy steal and bucket for Maxwell as she gets the 2 to go.
Lily Mamalenti had some great offense there.
Yeah, the Cavemen are just turning the ball over, because there's a jump ball, and that's a turnover, as that's going to go over to the Eagles with under a minute left. The Cavemen have really let this first quarter get away a little bit, down 8-3 now, and giving the ball to the Eagles. And the turnovers keep piling up. Kyla Yordi gets it into Haviland, and that's up no good, but they're going to say it's a foul, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2. So another foul on the Cavemen. This one I think might be on number 11, Tanasia Summers. That's her first of the game. So it'll be Haviland, 2 shots at the free throw line. That's up and no good as well. So some free throw problems from both teams here today. Cavemen are 1 for 4. And after that make, the Eagles are 2 for 6. So not a lot of free throws going down. We're under 50 seconds. Cavemen have got to find a way to break this press. And the best way might be Millie Mamalenti getting the ball over half court. Summers drives in, almost stolen. She gets it over to Matherly, but Maxwell steals it. Another turnover, and a great jump stop and score by Lily Maxwell gets the Eagles out to an 8-point lead. 30 seconds to play as Summers gets the ball.
Mamalenti wasn't even able to stop herself.
Summers drives all the way to the hoop. I don't know how there was not a foul called on there as Overholzer. Oh, that's a travel, yeah. And Clapsaddle travels there. She thought that was a reach-in. It definitely looked like a block down at the other end.
Oh, yeah.
But no call, as Tanasia Summers couldn't get that to go. And the Cavemen will have 15.6 seconds here to inbound it and try to make something happen, trailing by 8. Great pass into Yawn. Yawn gets it up. Can't get it to go.
So close.
Good pass by Tanasia Summers as Kayla Yawn almost got that basket to go. She doesn't get a lot of playing time for this Cavemen team. And there, she got to take advantage of the open shot. 9.8 seconds left as Brew gets it to Mamalenti. She thought about the 3. Over to Summers, who's going to take the long 2. She's got to watch her feet. Huge shot by Tanasia Summers. If she could watch her feet, that could have been an easy 3-point play. But Cavemen end on a high note here in the first quarter. As you see a replay here of that last bucket. Cavemen trail 11-5. 4 points by Tanasia Summers has kept them in this game as the Cavemen trail by 6 as we head to the second quarter after this break.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Forte Waterproofing is celebrating over 60 years of satisfied customers. Experience, innovation, hard work, confidence, pride, honesty, integrity, determined, committed to achieve excellence. Fix it with Forte, fix it for good.
We are back in the cave. Matt Rendell here with the Mishawaka Network alongside Cam Stokes. I almost called you the wrong name, but I got it right. Cam's first quarter, Cavemen only trail by 6, but it was not the best they've played this season.
Definitely got away from them, and we can see, hopefully we'll see some improvement.
Yeah, really the turnovers. That's what they got to work on as they'll get the ball to start. Cavemen again going from your right to left on your screen as it'll be Mamalenti over to Brew. Brew to Matherly. Fakes the handoff. Man, she had Tanasia Summers, and she got it. She can't get it to go. A great cut And a great play out of that timeout as Matherly faked the handoff, then handed it off to Summers, and she had it at the hoop. You just got to finish.
Oh, and that was so close even again.
Yep. A great steal by Summers. Can she get this one to go? She ball fakes. She puts it up, and she scores.
There we go.
Tanasia Summers scores for the Cavemen. She's got 6 of the Cavemen's 7 points here today. She almost steals it again, and good hustle by both teams as the Eagles come away with it. Clapsaddle gets it up, no good. Rebound to Matherly. And she's getting hit all over, no fouls called. Good, strong move by Matherly as she dribbles it, but she's gonna throw it away.
Oh, out of bounds.
Ooh, they do call it off the Eagles.
I thought Matherly was gonna send it to Mamalenti at first. Some very close names there.
Mamalenti gets the ball inbounds. The Elkhart Christian Eagles are playing a real tight man-to-man defense. Not a lot of help side there as Matherly does have the size advantage if she can make something happen with that. It'll be Brew off the screen of Matherly, and Matherly rolls to the hoop. She's open. She's got a big mismatch down there. She's got to post up. They're going to call a carry on Mamalenti as that'll be another turnover for the Cavemen.
Where she's lacking in height, she has in aggression and speed.
Yeah, she's very fast out there, but you got to be careful not to get that hand under the ball. As it'll be Eagles ball. This defense by the Cavemen has been pretty good. They have only given up 11 points here today. Good job of breaking that press. They throw it over the top. This one to number 10, Lindsey Meyer, but that's going to be off her hands out of bounds, and that'll be another turnover by the Eagles. So the Cavemen have turned the ball over a lot, but they've created a few with their defense as well. Inbound to Yawn, back to Matherly. She takes a couple dribbles, and a good crossover. She is going to break this press by herself, gets it up to Summers as she drives in a Euro step, and good.
There we go.
Tanasia Summers scores again, and she's having a night. It'll be Bruin Summers on the double team. Good pass to Clapsaddle. She's going to drive all the way in. She gets it up, and no good. And rebound to Matherly.
Mamalenti getting past half court.
And she puts up a shot. She's going to get fouled. Some good crossovers there. She gets past the mid-court line, and the Cavemen now only trail by 2 with Mamalenti, going to line to shoot 2. There'll be 2 free throws by the Cavemen. Mamalenti takes her dribble. She spins it. It's up, and it's good. So Mamalenti gets the free throw to go. That's her second free throw of the night. And the second one's up. This one off the backboard, no good. And rebound to, it looks like that's going to be a jump ball. That's going to go to the Eagles. So Mamalenti 2 for 4 now from the free throw line. And that's going to lead to Coach Overholtzer timeout by the Mishawaka Cavemen. So Cavemen timeout. 6:03 left to play here in the second period. Cavemen trail 11-10 from the Cave.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to the Cave. We had another event here tonight in the Cave. That was a freshman boys basketball team. They're sitting over there watching the girls take on Elkhart Christian, as you got some varsity freshmen, JV boys over there supporting the girls team, which is always nice to see.
A few wrestlers over there, too.
Yeah. Good trap by the Cavemen. Clapsaddle gets it. She puts it up. I'm surprised she didn't. Definitely looked like a foul, but no call as Clapsaddle will miss another shot. She has struggled to get off to a good start here tonight, missing her 4 of her first 5 shots. It is Mammolenti this time. Cavemen trail by just 1.
What a save from Brew.
Absolutely. Cavemen were down 8 at one point in the first quarter. As a kind of underhand toss to Mammolenti. She puts it up. It's no good, but she's going to line. Millie Mammolenti hasn't got a shot to go tonight, but she's got 2 points from the free throw line. She has a chance to get 2 more as she will go to the line to shoot 2.
Seems like there's a little bit of panic from everybody during that play.
Yeah, it was kind of all over the place. Summers almost lost the ball, but she tossed it off to Mammolenti, who drove in, and that free throw is up and rolls in. Second free throw, she spins it. It's up. That one looks good too, and is. I always like a good shot that looks like it's going in.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I call it too early, but good trap past half court there as the Eagles have got to get it up. They do. Clapsaddle with the ball. That definitely looks like a foul, yeah.
Ooh.
All 3 refs blew their whistle this time as Grace Matherly will be called for the reach-in foul. And Coach Overholtzer is saying, hey, you had the right idea. You got to get around her next time. If you can tip that before she catches it, you'll be in good shape. But Cavemen lead. That hasn't been the case for most of this game, and they now have the 1-point lead. As another good trap by Summers and Brew. And that might be a 5-second call. There it is. And right there, that's Kyla Yoder, or excuse me, Yordy, Kyla Yordy, just getting into a bad position there. You don't want to be on that sideline in half court because that's 2 defenders on you with the 2 Mishawaka defenders. A good pass to Summers as she brings the ball up court. Back to Mammolenti. Now the Eagles have dropped into a 2-3 zone here. Cavemen do have a size advantage, so they can take advantage of it. This time it's Brew. Ooh, and turned over. Maxwell jumps the passing lane. I think they're going to call Reese Brew for a foul. I wonder who they're going to call here. I think it's going to be Brew.
Both of the girls hitting the ground quite hard.
Yep, they are going to call Reese Brew for her second foul of the game. As she threw the ball away and then was trying to go after it and just shoved a little bit, and that's going to be a foul every time.
Which, that brings the Cavemen the 2 fouls this period.
Nobody guarding Clapsaddle. She lines up the 3. It's long and no good. Rebound to Matherly. So Clapsaddle right now can't get anything to fall. She hit a 3-pointer off the backboard earlier, but there's a little bit too much juice on those shots. This will be Mammolenti. She's got to get over half court and does. Tipped away, but she gets it back. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Millie Mammolenti. I didn't see a lot of contact there, but that's going to be her second foul. So foul trouble going to be the name of the game here for the Cavemen. They had over 5 fouls in the first quarter. Now they're up to 3 already in the second. 4:32 to play in the second quarter. It's Yoder. Over to Maxwell. She's trapped, but gets it back to Yoder. This is Kyla Yoder. And she's going to drive to the hoop. She's going to put up the shot. Swung on and missed by Matherly. And that's good, but I'm surprised that wasn't an and one.
Yeah.
A good drive there and score by Kyla Yoder gives the Eagles the lead back. And there's a turnover. This is Maxwell. She almost travels. Good job by Brew getting in the passing lane. That's going to stay with the Eagles. Sub for the Cavemen. For the first time tonight, you see Meryl Farhan as she comes in for Reese Brew after her second foul.
Which Morala, a classmate of mine.
Yeah, what a great drive they're just showing as 3-pointers up by Clapsaddle, no good. And right off the bat, Farhan gets the rebound. Clapsaddle really not having the night she wanted so far. Leading scorer for the Eagles, only has 3 points. Mammolenti thought about the 3. Over to Matherly. And now the 3's up. This one by Mammolenti's in and out. No good. Good rebound by Clapsaddle.
Last home game, I talked a little bit about a lot of times we see Moral Farhan on the court.
Yeah.
We see a lot of jump balls.
Oh, that's got to be a travel. There it is. Yeah, as you're saying that, Clapsaddle is just kind of flustered a little bit. Right now, hasn't got it going on the offensive end, and when you're a big scorer for your team, that can be a challenge. She is 1 for 7 on the game. Good pass to Yawn, back to Matherly. Matherly will bring it up, and that's not exactly what you want if you're Coach Overholtzer, but she makes it work. Millie Mammolenti gets it over to Summers. She thought about the long 3, doesn't take it. Back to Mammolenti. She drives, puts the runner up off the backboard, no good. Matherly with the rebound. She puts it up, no good. And they're going to call a foul on the Cavemen. I'm not sure who they're calling that on. That's on number 12, Grace Matherly. Kyla Yordi brings it up for the Eagles. She's trapped at midcourt. She almost travels, turned it over. Mamalenti up to Summers, but she was not ready for it. And another turnover by the Cavemen. That was the right move, and there's another foul, and that's what you can't do. And Coach Overholzer not happy because that is now the 5th foul on the Cavemen, and that'll send them to the line to shoot 2. And the Cavemen just all in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Half the team over here with 2 fouls. That's the 2nd on Summers, and that's the one you don't want. Half court, you're at the middle of half court. They're not at any threat to score, and you're just reaching in and getting an easy foul call, and that's going to be 2 free throws for Justine Yordi.
And sometimes fouls can be a really good help, especially when you are closer to the hoop. But in this case, not so much.
Yordi misses her 3rd straight free throw, so Justine Yordi, the junior Yordi's sister, 2nd one is good. So she finally gets one to go, extends the lead to 2. Oh, she traveled. I don't know how you don't see that if you're the refs. Good drive by Summers, and she gets it to go.
I'm pretty sure that was also a travel for Summers.
And there's going to be a timeout by Coach Goon. That's going to be a 30-second timeout. The Cavemen really staying in this game, and the reason for that, number 11, Tanasia Summers, she gets another field goal as the Eagles will take a timeout. Cavemen and Eagles tied at 14. Second quarter, we'll be back after this.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
I think this is
Here in the cave, 14-14, as the Cavemen are tied with the Eagles. In the game for the Cavemen, number 20, Grace Betzer. She actually got some playing time in the JV game today. I talked to Coach Overholzer. He wanted to get her more minutes, get her some confidence, and we'll see how that translates into varsity. In one night, you can only play 5 quarters of basketball between JV and varsity. So those are the rules. Kyla Yordi with the ball over to her sister, Justine Yordi, takes the 3 and scores.
That takes the Cavemen to 3 behind. Hopefully they can get that back.
Yeah, big 3-pointer. Great pass by Betzer into Grace. Grace to Grace there as Matherly gets her first basket to go.
Speaking of, they're starting to get that back already.
Yep. 1-point lead now for the Eagles. This is Kyla Yordi off to Clapsaddle. Justine Yordi, who just hit that 3. Clapsaddle back to Yordi. And they're just going to pass this around until they get the shot they want. Maxwell drives in. Back out to Yordi. Good closeout by Merrill Farhan, but that's going to be a foul. I think this one's on Young. Yep, they're going to, oh no, they're going to call Farhan with that. But because they're already at the 5 foul limit, that's going to be 2 free throws. Still 1:41 to play in the first half. First free throw's up. It is good. At the line is Kyla Yordi, who gets that to go, her first free throw of the game. Summers back in the game. Matherly to the bench. As she'll take her second free throw. Second one up, backboard rim, no good. And that's going to go with the Cavemen. I thought that was going to be off the Eagles, but it wasn't, as the Eagles will keep the ball.
Quite a few calls that we
I mean, that one was a little bit harder. And that's going to be Maxwell with the 3. That looks good. It's off the back rim, no good. Great rebound coming flying in, as that's going to be Kyla Yordi, as Coach Overholzer says, hey, we got to box out. He didn't say it quite like that, but he is telling the team, you got to box out. Right there, that's just Kyla Yordi coming in with a lot of aggression, a lot of will to get that ball, as she'll be shooting 2 free throws again. This one's up and good.
I've seen her hit the ground quite hard a few times this game.
Yeah, and that's sometimes will, right? You want that ball, you're going to go for it. Yordi gets that one to go. 3-point lead for the Eagles. Second one's up and good. Kyla Yordi, now 3 for 4 from the free throw line, extends that lead by the Eagles to 4. Mamalenti over to Betzer. Betzer thought about throwing it to Jan, but keeps it, and that's going to be turned over again. And there's another foul, and that foul is going to be on Betzer, and that's going to lead to 2 more free throws. So free throw after free throw for the Eagles here tonight. An easy way to build the lead is from the free throw line. No defenders, you just got to get them to go. Kyla Yordi again, up, in and out, no good.
I know we've seen that quite a few times in boys' games this year.
1:18 to play. Kyla Yordi for a second free throw. That one's up and good. Eagles lead by 5. Cavemen with the ball. 1:16 left to play in the second quarter. It'll be Summers. Off to Farhan. And it's tipped away from her, and she saves it, but it's going to be turned over, and almost another foul again. Clapsaddle gets the ball. She drives. Gets it out to number 10, Meyer. Meyer drives in. Great pass to Maxwell. That's up, and it's good. Lily Maxwell drills the three-pointer, and the Eagles lead by 8. What was a tie game at 14 apiece is now an 8-point lead for the Eagles. A pass over to Betzer. She thought about the shot, almost traveled, and that's a jump ball.
A little bit over 30 seconds left here in this first half of this girls' basketball game.
And a jump ball is going to stay with the Cavemen, but right there, that's Betzer. Had a great ball fake, but then kept the ball in front of her, and that led to the jump ball. 32.9 seconds to go. 8-point lead for the Eagles over the Cavemen as Mamalenti has it. Back to Betzer. Into Farhan, who's going to drive in. She ball fakes. Back to Betzer. She puts it up. No good, but fouled. Good play there by Farhan, handing it off to Betzer as Betzer will go to the line. Coming to check in for the first time tonight will be number 24 for the Eagles, Addie Mojica. She's another freshman. 4 freshmen on this varsity roster for the Eagles. That free throw's up and no good, as Betzer can't get her first points of the night. Clapsaddle will go to the bench. Betzer's going to try a second time to get into the scorebook under the scoring column. That one's up. It is good. Betzer cuts the lead by 1. 7-point lead for the Eagles. 24 seconds left to play. And now the Cavemen have done what they rarely do, is go man-to-man, and there's a foul, and that's what you can't do. Farhan with her second foul. Might be her third foul. Yeah, it's her third foul there, and that's a foul that with 15 seconds sends the Eagles to the line again. The Eagles have shot a lot of free throws tonight.
Farhan definitely not happy there.
Yeah, that one's up and good by Yordi. That is Kyla Yordi. As the second one's good as well. 13 seconds left to play. See what the Cavemen can do here. A three-pointer up and no good, but an offensive rebound. She passes out to Summers, who puts up the 3. That's going to be off the backboard and in.
What a play from the Cavemen there.
Yeah, a huge three-pointer. This one by Tanasia Summers as she gets it off the backboard and in as the Cavemen cut the lead to just 6 as they head into the locker room. Good offensive rebound there by Farhan. She gets it out to Summers, and I thought it was going off the board, and it did. Backboard and in for the Cavemen as you see the celebration by Summers and her teammates as they head to the locker room. Cavemen trail 26-20 against Elkhart Christian here for the Mishawaka Network. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, well, special guest, a little halftime stats update, and then we'll get you some second half basketball.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Forte Waterproofing is celebrating over 60 years of satisfied customers. Experience, innovation, hard work, confidence, pride, honesty, integrity, determined, committed to achieve excellence. Fix it with Forte, fix it for good.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to the cave here. Matt Rendell with the Mishawaka Network. We're going to get you some stats here, see what we got going on. Right now, you can see on your screen your stats, the big ones, 2-point field goals. Cavemen have actually shot a lot more 2-point field goals than Elkhart. That has not been the case, but 3-point field goals is the opposite. Cavemen have not been able to get their stuff going from 3-point land, and then free throws have been huge this game. So first things on there I noticed, the Eagles have taken a lot more free throws here tonight, 9 of 16. They really didn't get off to a good start, but they got and finished strong, especially Kyla Yordi. She was able to get a lot of free throws to go there late. Really, without Tanasia Summers, the Cavemen would be struggling. Tanasia Summers was able to get 4 2-pointers to go in that 3-pointer, so she's got 11 of the Cavemen 20 points here tonight. We're going to take one more quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about second half, and then we'll get going here with half number 2.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Forte Waterproofing is celebrating over 60 years of satisfied customers. Experience, innovation, hard work, confidence, pride, honesty, integrity, determined, committed to achieve excellence. Fix it with Forte, Fix it for good.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to Senior Night at the Cave. We celebrated our two seniors, Samari Smith, Kayla Yon, here pre-game after the JV game was over. You can see that at the start of this stream, so if you want to go back later and check that out, you can. Right now, the Cavemen trail 26-20, 3:32 left in our halftime here. We're going to put up our stats again here so we can show you what's going on with our team stats as the crew over here will get our stats up there. While they're doing that, Cam, what do you think so far in the first half?
You know, I got to say, even though the team has had a lot of turnovers, not great accuracy, I am quite impressed with what they've done tonight. You normally don't see them 6 behind. It's normally 20, 30 behind.
Right.
A lot of games we've seen running clocks.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, that 35-point second half, it doesn't look at all like we'll get there tonight as the Cavemen only trail by 6. But even with a lot of really bad turnovers that have led to wide open shots for Elkhart Christian, the Cavemen still only trail by 6. You see on your screen there, Elkhart Christian, 4 of 11 from 2, 3 of 9 from 3, and then 9 of 16 from the free throw line. Cavemen 6 of 16 from 2, 1 of 4 from 3, and then that 5 of 10 from the free throw line. So both teams got a little bit better at the free throws as the half went on, but right now the Cavemen trail by 6. We're getting ready for second half basketball. 2:18 left here before we come back. When we come back, we'll give you a quick highlight of the Cavemen leading scorer, Tanasia Summers, and then we will get to second half basketball from the Cave.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to the Cave here as the Cavemen are warming up, getting ready to go. You see on your screen there some of the Cavemen warming up right now. You got a good look at Tanasia Summers, number 11. Tonight, she has kept the Cavemen in at 5 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 1 from 3, and 11 points as she has really turned it on for the Cavemen, and they needed it. They are trailing by 6. Without her 11 points, Cavemen would be trailing by a lot more.
Yeah.
She has over half of the points for the Cavemen. On the other side, the leading scorer for Elkhart Christian on the season is Ivy Clapsaddle. She has currently got only 4 points on 1 of 7 shooting, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. On the board, they actually got Tanasia Summers for 13 points. Maybe I did that math wrong. I did 13 points. I missed the 2 on there. So even more impressive there by the sophomore guard / forward for the Cavemen. But back to the Elkhart Christian Eagles. Their leading scorer looks to be Kyla Yordi, I think. She's got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of the 26. She's got most of those from the free throw line as she has only made 1 shot from the floor. Also, Lily Maxwell has 7 points as the Eagles lead by 6 and start the second half with the ball as they inbound it to Kyla Yordi. She gets it over half court, gets trapped. This time it's thrown away. No, somehow Kyla Yordi comes away with that. Now it is thrown away, but it's on the ground. It's going to be a jump ball, Caveman ball. Haviland got a hold of it as it was tipped. Not a great pass by the Eagles as we are 1 possession in the second half and 1 turnover. They are face guarding Tanasia Summers, which is an interesting choice. She hasn't been a big scorer for the Cavemen. She has tonight, obviously, as it'll be Shine who ball fakes. She thought about shooting it, gets it off to Brew. It's tipped away, and there's a foul. So for the first time tonight, Elkhart Christian has more fouls than the Cavemen, as that foul is on number 3, Lily Maxwell. Nope, never mind. JK. They call that foul on 11, Kyla Yordi. I don't know what's happening. I don't think there's any way they called that on the Cavemen.
I think the officials are trying to figure out
They're
what's
going to
going
go to
on.
the scorer's
even.
table. They are confused.
You know, Randall, I don't remember the last time I heard somebody say JK.
Yeah, I'm old, so what are you going to do? I'm twice as old as you. More than that, actually.
Yeah. I always remember how old you are because of Taylor Swift.
There you go, yes. Born in 1989. Me and Taylor just out here killing it. Okay, they are going to get this right. They're going to say white ball. They did log the foul on Kyla Yordi. So that'll be the first foul of the second half, as it'll be Caveman ball on the sideline. This is going to be Mamalenti driving in high off the glass and good as Mamalenti gets on the board, cuts the lead to just 4.
Eagles coming in strong and hot.
Cavemen needed some points early, and they got some from Millie Mamalenti. Good trap by the Cavemen. Can't quite get the 5-second call, but get the Eagles out of it, and a great steal, this time by Grace Matherly. And she gets off to Mamalenti, who's going to bring it up on the pressure. Good dribble there by Mamalenti to beat Maxwell. But Maxwell recovers. Over to Bruce. She's going to drive. She's got an opening, but she's going to pivot. Matherly wide open, can't get it to go. And she can't get it. And that's going to be a foul on Matherly as she falls right on top of Maxwell.
Was some great sportsmanship there from the Cavemen.
Yeah, it's a tough call as it doesn't go Matherly's way. Yordi brings it over half court. She dribbles out of bounds. Turnover to the Cavemen. So a good stifling defense there from the Mishawaka Cavemen forces another turnover. Brew gets the ball inbounds. Maxwell thought about coming for the steal as they get it over to Mamalenti. She drives. She puts up the floater. It's up off the front rim. No good. And there's a foul. This time I think it's going to be on Holly Shine. We'll see what they call.
I was a little surprised Mamalenti didn't make that shot. Looks like it was going to go in.
Yeah, it was a good driving shot as Holly Shine will get her 3rd foul. That's the 2nd on the Cavemen. And for that brief moment in time tonight, the Cavemen had less fouls than the Eagles, but that has passed as the Cavemen get their 2nd foul of the half. Haviland with the ball. She runs over her defender, puts it up, no good. Rebound to Haviland. What are they going to call? Oh, no, they're going to call Holly Shine with a flop warning.
Holly does not look happy about that one there. I will say...
It's not a foul. That's a warning, so no foul there.
You don't typically see the Cavemen in too much foul trouble like they have been this game.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, this has been a lot of fouls. This one, again, is just a warning, no foul, as this will be Yordi. Kyla Yordi out to Maxwell. She thought about the 3, drives in, almost thrown away, but Justine Yordi comes away with it. Meyer to Haviland, back to Meyer. And that 3 is up from the corner, no good. And somehow that rebound hits the floor, but the Cavemen come away with it. That 3 three by Brew is up and no good, and that's going to go out of bounds to the Eagles. Surprisingly, that's Reese Brew's first shot of the game. As that
is quite
three-pointer is no
surprising.
good.
We normally see Reese Brew starting also.
Yep. With senior night, she did almost a foul. There it is.
Ooh.
So Grace Matherly called for another foul, and that's going to be the third already in the half and the third on Matherly herself. A lot of these fouls have been fouls out of being overly aggressive.
Not something you love to see.
Yeah, well, it can be good and bad, and there's a jump ball. No foul this time, as that'll stay with the Eagles. We have a new sub coming into the game. This looks like Johnson.
I believe so.
And Nia Johnson coming in the game, the freshman. Her first minutes in this varsity contest. Coach Overall's telling his defense, don't reach. You can't afford to foul anymore after 3 already in the second half.
Looking at the roster, number 32 is Brooklyn Avery, but I know that's not Brooklyn Avery.
No, that's in the JV roster. Millie Mamalenti gets it up and no good as that's out of bounds to the Eagles. I think it was off the Eagles, but they're going to say it was off of Reese Brew. Cavemen are going to come out in this press again. And there's another foul. No, they're going to call travel this time. Cavemen needed a break, and that is one right there. As they get the travel called, and now the Eagles are going to come back with this full court man-to-man defense. Mamalenti one-on-one. I don't know why she gave that ball up, but Reese Brew with the ball. Good screen by Shine as Brew gets in the lane. She puts it up, no good, but she's going to be fouled. Low-scoring second half so far. Only 2 points scored. Those were by the Cavemen on Millie Mamalenti's layup. Reese Brew's going to go to the line to try to add to that point total in the second half.
Looks like she felt some pain there.
Yeah, she fell pretty hard. She often does. We saw her early in the year fall and have to be taken off in a stretcher. She came out okay from that as she misses the first free throw.
That next Monday, I asked her mom,
Yeah.
I said, how is she doing?
You saw her mom over at the school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because our parents do work together.
Yeah, they work at Beeger Elementary School right down the street here from Mishawaka. Second free throw is also short, but good rebound by Johnson. She puts it up, no good. Shine comes away with the offensive rebound. She passes it to the other team. And that's going to be a call on Mamalenti now. So 2 missed free throws by Brew, a missed shot by Johnson. I like the aggressiveness Johnson had, though. She had a chance for that to go. And then another Caveman foul, this time the third on Millie Mamalenti here with almost 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Eagles with the ball as Yordi gets in a good block, but they're going to call foul this time on Johnson. But that's one of the fouls you'll take. It's an easy layup if you don't contest that. So Johnson gets called for the foul.
That's definitely one of the good fouls there.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of them, but there was one. Again, Kyla Yordi, her aggressiveness paying off as she gets to go to the line again and misses.
That brings the Cavemen to 5 fouls.
Yeah, so 4:32 to go in the third quarter. Now every foul on the Cavemen will lead to free throws. Clapp Saddle in the game for the first time in this second half. I wonder if they're trying to get her going here as that second free throw is good. First points of the half.
What a throw from Shine.
Yeah, but it's out of bounds. Another turnover.
A little bit of a panic play there.
Yeah, and you're just throwing the ball away as Coach Overholtz are not happy about that play. Because the ball wasn't touched, it'll be inbounded back where Holly Shine inbounded it. So it'll be Eagles ball leading by 5. It is Kylie Yoder back to Clapp Saddle, who puts the 3 up. It is short. Rebound to Mamalenti. So Clapsaddle can't quite get it going here tonight. Good
Whoa.
screen by Brew. This is inside to Johnson. She puts it up short, gets her own rebound, jump ball, and that's going to stay with the Cavemen. Good aggressive play by Johnson coming in. She didn't get either of her shots to go, but they both looked good. They were short, but they got them up to the hoop. It's going to be a 30-second timeout here by Coach Overholzer and the Cavemen. Cavemen lead 27-22 from the Cave. Cavemen trail 27-22 from the Cave.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to the Cave. Matt Rendell here with Cam Stokes. Cavemen ball as they're going to try to get on the board here. A wide open shot here by Reese Brew, but she doesn't take it. She drives in, puts up the floater off the glass, and good. Huge shot for the Cavemen as Brew gets that to go. Almost stolen. Good job by Clapsaddle handling the ball. She gets it up at the rim, no good. Rebound to the Eagles. All sorts of players on the ground. A great play by Tanasia Summers to recover and knock the ball out of bounds. Maxwell to Clapsaddle. She thought about the three, doesn't take it. Over to Maxwell. She's already had one go. That one's no good. Haviland with the rebound up, no good. Rebound to Johnson. Oh, and they're going to call a jump ball, and neither of those, I don't know that she had
I don't think either of them had
control
hands on the ball.
Yeah, so they are going to call that, but right now the basket has a lid on it. Nobody can get anything to go. The Eagles have only scored 1 point this half. That was on a free throw by Kyla Yordi. This will be Justine Yordi out top. 3:30 to go in the third quarter. That's a kickball by Johnson, but without that kick, that might be an easy layup for Clapsaddle. So kickball stays with the Eagles. 3:25 to go in the third quarter. Cavemen already have 5 fouls, so every foul from here on out will lead to free throws. And that's a way to get going if you're Clapsaddle, is get to the hoop, get some free throws, and hopefully you see something go down. Because that foul is going to be on... They're going to call that on Tanasia Summers. And right now, if you look down that list, Cavemen have 2 fouls, 3 fouls, 3 fouls, 3 fouls, and 1 foul apiece on the floor. Clapsaddle's first free throw's up, no good. She has really not got it going tonight, as she only has 4 points after missing that free throw. That free throw's up and good. So Clapsaddle finally gets their 5th point of the game.
Man, Lindsay almost lost the ball.
Shine brings it up the court. She passes in and another steal. I mean, that's just a bad pass and then a bad foul. And I think that's gonna be her 4th foul. That's gonna lead to free throws.
None of the coaches are very happy down on the floor.
Coaches, what they're saying is, yeah, that might be a foul, but right now you're not calling it both ways, and that's maybe true. Cavemen have fouled a lot, though, that's for sure. Clapsaddle again, she'll get that free throw up and good, so she's got 2 in a row, and sometimes when you're a leading scorer, you just need to see them go in, and you can get that from the free throw line. As she'll try again on her 2nd free throw. Up and good. The Elkhart Christian Eagles have scored 0 points from the floor. All the points that come from the free throw line, an easy layup is no good as Mamalanti can't get it to go.
Like you said, a lid on those hoops.
Yep. And the three-pointer is no good. Good rebound by Yordi. She can't get it to go either. So Clapsaddle couldn't get the 3 to go. Yordi couldn't get the 2 to go.
Accuracy quite down.
So Shines out, Matherly back in. She's been on the bench for a while. This three-pointer by Maxwell is no good. And almost another offensive rebound. They're going to say off Elkhart Christian and out of bounds. Caveman ball. Nobody can get anything go here in the cave as the Caveman will try to break this press. Reese Brew does, but she's got to watch out from behind as Maxwell is right there. And that's going to be a jump ball. No jump ball, and that's going to be Millie Mambalenti's 4th foul.
It looks like even the Eagles coach agreed with us that that was a jump ball.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't call a jump ball, but it's going to benefit the Eagles. They're going to the line again. 2:27. This game is going to take a long time at this rate. As Maxwell gets the free throw to go. I think Daniel might have had the right idea.
Yeah.
Saying, I'm not going to stay for this whole game. Samari Smith going to come into the game, which is going to make sense. 4 fouls on Mammalenti sends her to the bench. So Samari Smith's going to have to play some extended minutes here on senior night. That free throw's up and good. So 2 good-looking free throws there by Maxwell. As the Eagles have scored 6 points in this third quarter, all from the free throw line. Matherly tries to dribble without the ball. She's got to get it over half court and quickly. That's going to be a 10-second call. There it is. And that's Grace Matherly, a center, trying to bring the ball up the court, which is not what you want. And she just right there didn't have that mental clock. You got to think, I've only got 10 seconds to get it over half court. She didn't, and the 10-second call is another turnover.
I know, I personally forget about that rule a lot.
It is hard sometimes. 2-3 zone here by the Cavemen. A good screen, but that three's no good by Maxwell. But another offensive rebound by Haviland. And another foul, this one by Johnson. And this has been foul after foul after foul. If we had a graphic for foul trouble, it'd be almost the whole Cavemen team. First free throw up, no good, off the back iron by Haviland.
Right now, everybody that's on the floor right now for the Cavemen has a roster, has a foul.
Yep. It's been a challenging game as Haviland gets that to go. 33-24 lead. Samari Smith is wide open, but Reese Brew goes right to the hoop. Nobody stops her. 2 points for the Cavemen. Reese Brew has got all 4 of her points here in this third quarter. 149, a weird pass back there by Clapsaddle. As they'll get over to Maxwell, who takes the 3. She almost gets run into, and it's good. She was a little nervous there. She hadn't been shooting the ball well, but she let that thing fly, and it's good. And she gets her second 3 of the night.
Eagles bench getting excited.
Summers drives in. She gets another to go. Tanasia Summers having a night here for the Cavemen. She's got 15 points, but also 3 fouls, just like most of the Cavemen team. Clapsaddle's 3's up, no good. Maxwell gets it, thought about going back up, but passes it to Yordi. Clapsaddle thought about it again, but it hasn't been her night, so she thinks twice. And now Maxwell's going to let it fly. She's up. It looks good. It is.
I just saw Smith running back and forth between the 2 girls.
Maxwell has extended this lead to 11, the first double-digit lead of the game. Samari Smith wide open. She takes a dribble, though. She probably could have gone straight up, but Haviland's going to be called for a reach. And that's what Coach Overholtz is saying. Once you catch that ball, you got to put it up. You got to get those shots up, as that'll be the 3rd foul on Haviland, the 3rd foul for the Eagles in the quarter, and that'll send her to the bench. Haviland goes to the bench. Myers checks back in. Meyer checks back in.
Just like we saw, if you get that ball, you might run out of time before you can bring it up.
Caveman ball, trying to make something happen. Pass up to Matherly. It's up no good. Summers with the rebound. It's up no good. Rebound to the Eagles.
Summers definitely struggled a little bit with just how she caught that shot even.
And another miss by Clapsaddle. And she was looking for a foul, and there was no such call. Brew breaks the press all on her own. And they're going to call a foul on Johnson. I don't know what they're calling there. Johnson doesn't either. And Coach Olvers is asking what she did. You have some inexperience on the Caveman team. Johnson, one of those. Now, that is one foul that won't lead to free throws. When you have those offensive fouls like that, those don't go to the free throw line. 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. Cavemen trail by 11. And Elkhart Christian is going to try to get the last shot. Flare screen for Maxwell. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Clapsaddle's got to put it up. She does. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, just off as Clapsaddle misses another three, but the Elkhart Christian Eagles, on the backs of a lot of free throws and a couple three-pointers by Lily Maxwell, will head into the fourth quarter. 39-28, 11-point lead for the Eagles as we head to the fourth here on the Mishawaka Network.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Forte Waterproofing is celebrating over 60 years of satisfied customers. Experience, innovation, hard work, confidence, pride, honesty, integrity, determined, committed to achieve excellence. Fix it with Forte, fix it for good.
Welcome back to the Cave here on the Mishawaka Network. We're headed to the fourth quarter. Cavemen trail by 11. They will be back at home on Saturday afternoon, taking on the Plymouth Pilgrims in an NLC clash, as they've got lots of NLC games to end the year. Cavemen looking to get something going as they hand it off to Tenacia Summers. She loses it, and Yordi gets the ball. Another turnover by the Cavemen.
Yordi coming in fast.
Yep. Kyla Yordi having a big game so far. If you're tuning in here and missing the Notre Dame game, they are heading to the second quarter tied at 0. 0-0.
No wonder I haven't gotten any super happy texts yet.
Well, Penn State looks like they're about to score as well, which is a challenge for Notre Dame fans.
Oh, I know Daniel at home is very sad right now, then.
Cavemen playing some man-to-man defense. You don't see this a lot, but I'm sure Coach Overholzer is saying, hey, we got to stop fouling. Betzer in the game now, guarding the guard, Clapsaddle. It is Betzer, Brew, Matherly, Johnson, and Summers in the game for the Cavemen. For the Eagles, it's Yordi, the Yordi sisters. Maxwell with the ball right now. Clapsaddle who's picking the ball up off the ground, and Haviland, and that's a foul on Betzer. Betzer's going to get called with the trip. That's going to be the first foul of the fourth quarter. And there's 6 minutes and 44 seconds left, and we've got a foul already.
Honestly, I think that was more of Betzer tripping herself than anybody else.
Yeah, well, she went on the ground, and anytime somebody trips over, you end up with that problem.
Yeah.
Timeout on the floor. This is a timeout, I think, by the Eagles. Yep, full timeout, so we're going to take a break with them. Cavemen trail 39-28 here in the fourth quarter.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to the Cave. 15 seconds left in this timeout. Want to give a quick shout out. Obviously, you've seen the ads for Forte Waterproofing all night. Forte Waterproofing, sponsor of all Cavemen athletic events. If you need some work or inspections done on your house, you got some leakage, some water damage, Forte Waterproofing would love to come out, help you out. Also, a big sponsor of the Mishawaka Network. That would be Burton's Laundry. You need your laundry done. You need some dry cleaning, whatever that is, coin laundry. Check out one of the 16 locations in the Michiana
16.
area. I'm telling you.
Which, since we're giving shout-outs, I might hear it tomorrow if I don't. So
That's right.
shout out Mr. Dave Rendell.
Ah, yes, he's back. But tonight he's running the scoreboard, not the clock. Big block by Grace Matherly. And a miss there by Haviland, but off of 2 Cavemen, and Maxwell comes away with it. So far, it's been Maxwell for the Eagles, has 15 of the 39 points. And then the freshman, Kyla Yordi, has 9 points as somebody goes down, and they're going to call an offensive foul.
Tenacious Summers' twin brother behind us, Valentino. He's getting quite frustrated.
I don't think he's the only one. I know the coaches are a little bit frustrated, but that's an offensive foul, so that'll turn the ball over to the Cavemen as they'll inbound it to Brew. Mamalenti on the bench with 4 fouls. They'll try to get her back in soon. Good pass over to Betzer. She gets a great post feed into Matherly, puts it up, but Haviland takes it away from her. And that's going to be Johnson's 4th foul. And that's going to be the 2nd foul on the Cavemen in the 4th quarter. So no points here. Cavemen trailed by 6 at halftime. They trail by 11 now. And they've got to get some points and do that soon. The Cavemen haven't been a prolific scoring offense this year, so they got to get some points before the time's running down on them. Clapsaddle looked like a carry, but there's going to be no call. Good pass. A beautiful pass, but Haviland can't get it to go. Brew gets it to the corner. Betzer with the 3. It looks good. It is.
Cheers erupting in the Cave.
Yeah, they needed that. And Grace Betzer, the freshman, gets the 3 to go. Great pass to Haviland, who can't get it to go as she is pushed from behind, I think. I think they're going to call that on Reese Brew.
You know, Grace Betzer, at the beginning of the season, I talked a lot about how I was definitely looking forward to seeing her improve as a freshman.
Yep.
And while she didn't play for a hot second in the middle of the season, it's nice to see her back now.
Yeah, she's had an up-and-down year. Started as the first few games, played pretty well, then kind of went through a cold spell. And like I said earlier, Coach Overholzer said, hey, let's get her some JV minutes today, get her some confidence, and that showed there on that 3-point shot. The free throw by Haviland is no good, as she'll try another. Cavemen trail by only 8 now. That one's short. That's not hitting the rim. So Haviland misses her 2nd free throw. That one not close, and the Cavemen will take possession. Still 5:22 left to play in the game, and only an 8-point lead for the Eagles. Brew driving in. She puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound to Clapsaddle. Haviland with the lob pass in. Great move by Clapsaddle, and she gets it to go. A great turnaround jumper there from Ivy Clapsaddle. Gets her first 2-point shot to go of the game. Good cut there by Summers, but she couldn't get the ball.
You know, with how much we've said her name, I can't believe that's only her first.
Well, she's made some other shots. Johnson, the line drive 3 is no good. Very little arc on that shot from Johnson. Mamalenti with her 4 fouls checking in at the scorer's table. Is that 3 by Maxwell's up and good. Lily Maxwell gets it to go again as she has been hot tonight. 18 points on the game for Lily Maxwell. Brew picks up her dribble, gives it off to Matherly. Oh boy, almost thrown away, but Johnson comes up with it. Oh, and that's through Matherly's hands, through her legs, and out of bounds. Turnover, Cavemen. 4:06 to play here in the fourth quarter. Brew goes to the bench, Mamalenti in. Cavemen have 4 fouls on Mamalenti, also 4 fouls on Anaya Johnson. 3 fouls apiece for Tanasia Summers and Grace Matherly. Lots of fouls to go around. A good screen by Clapsaddle. Great drive by Yordi. And the basket is good. Kyla Yordi scores again. Puts her into double digits on the game with 11 points. Matherly goes up and is fouled. I wonder if they're going to call it on the shot. Yep, they're going to say 2 shots for Matherly as she will go to the line. They're going to say she was in the shooting motion. She never put the ball up, but she was going to shoot.
Definitely a great opportunity for more points for the Cavemen.
Free throw up, no good by Matherly. Second free throw. It is deathly quiet here in the Cave. I'm almost scared to talk. That one's no good, and she left before it hit the rim. So 0 for 2 from the line, and you couldn't have that, trailing by 15 now in the fourth. Haviland. That's into Justine Yordi. She pump fakes. She passes it out. Maxwell's been on fire, but she doesn't get that to go. Tanasia Summers wide open, and that's too bad. A good foul there by the Eagles. Three subs into the game for the 2 seniors coming in. Samari Smith, Kayla Yon also in the game for the first time tonight. That looks like number 41,
Jamie Goulias.
She has not played in this varsity game tonight. 3:27 left to go. Cavemen in a world of hurt right now, down by 15.
It means if Jamie fouls, every person on the Cavemen roster would have a foul.
Matherly with the turnover again. Clapsaddle trying to get an easy one and does. Ivy Clapsaddle finally on the board again as she gets into double figures with 11 points. But it has been the Lily Maxwell show. And I don't know what they just called there. They're going to call Kayla Yon with a foul, and I'm not sure what they called. Cavemen fouls piling up again in the fourth quarter. That's 4 on the Cavemen. The pass is, they're trying to throw a lob pass to Clapsaddle, but she cannot grab it as Mamalenti brings it up, can't get it to go.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if they are in foul trouble, they will be in foul trouble for every single quarter.
Yeah, I mean, once you get into foul trouble as a player and they try another lob pass, that's not going to work. I think they're going to call Yordi with the foul. Yep. So they're going to call Kyla Yordi, and she looked at her teammates and she told them, hey, yeah, I fouled them. Sometimes that happens. Matherly into Mamalenti. 17-point lead for the Elkhart Christian Eagles. Mamalenti with a nice drive and nice floater.
Definitely a good shot there.
Yeah, and they've been missing her playmaking ability as she's been on the bench with 4 fouls. A nice move by Yordi to beat Smith. But Goulias, good help defense. Yordi to Yordi there. As it'll be Clapsaddle. Nope, back to Kyla Yordi. 1:50 left to play in the fourth quarter. They thought about the lob again, but they don't throw it. Justine Yordi, Kyla Yordi, into Haviland. Clapsaddle back to Yordi. That's a 2, and that's good. That's a long two-pointer, but Kyla Yodi gets it to go.
If only she was a little bit farther back.
Yep, she had her foot right on that line. The refs noticed it right away. 1:24 to play. Got Betzer and Farhan ready to check in the game for the Cavemen. My guess they're coming in for Matherly and Mamalenti. Smith puts it up, can't get it to go. She gets it back. Mamalenti thought about the three, puts up the floater. It's no good. Rebound Yordi.
It can definitely be hard to try to get a layup when you're completely surrounded.
1 minute left to play here in the fourth quarter, and Coach Goon of the Elkhart Christian Eagles is calling spread, and that means essentially what they would call Princeton offense. They're going to call timeout to get the subs in. And the subs are coming in. I was mistaken. Of course, they're coming in for the two seniors. That's going to be a full timeout, as I believe it'll be Yon and Smith going out for the last time tonight on senior night. We're going to stay here in this last timeout of the game. 54 seconds left on our clock. Let's talk about some upcoming events. We had some wrestling this week against Penn. We had some basketball tonight, school board meeting last night, but we got an event coming up Saturday, girls basketball action again against Plymouth, as it'll be the Plymouth Pilgrims coming to Mishawaka High School to take on the Mishawaka Cavemen in girls basketball.
The Pilgrims, not the Rockies.
That's right. The boys basketball team is playing Plymouth tomorrow on the road. Up next on the Mishawaka Network, we'll have girls basketball against a very good Warsaw team next Wednesday, January 15th.
Which I believe Warsaw is currently undefeated.
That's possible. They were earlier this year. Boys basketball will then take on Wawasee next Friday night. So girls basketball Wednesday, boys basketball Friday next week, and then girls basketball on Saturday. So lots of basketball coming your way from the Mishawaka Network as Mishawaka trails by 17 in this game. Elkhart Christian content running out this clock, up by 17. Cavemen still playing hard defense. Gulius on the ball. Good job by Kylie Yordi. 15 seconds left. Hand off to Clapsaddle. Good job of that pivot. Back to Yordi.
The Eagles definitely trying to make something happen.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make nothing happen. They're just trying to run out the clock right now as they're going to call a foul. They're going to call a moving screen on Clapsaddle. 4.4 seconds. See if the Cavemen can get a shot up at the rim. Fans packing up, ready to go home, catch some Notre Dame football. Notre Dame playing in the Orange Bowl right now as that clock is going to run out on Mamalenti before she can get it up at the rim. Final score here tonight, 50-33. Cavemen fall to the Elkhart Christian Eagles. Cam, any last thoughts on the game?
I feel like the Cavemen definitely could have played better.
Yeah.
And there can be improvements seen all over, especially with that foul trouble.
Yeah, the fouls came up quickly on them and from the very start. They really didn't have much going for them on the offensive end except Tanasia Summers. Tanasia Summers finished the game for the Cavemen as their leading scorer. Let me see if I got this right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 points for Tanasia Summers is what I've got. It's at least that many. And she leads the Cavemen with the scoring here tonight. 33 points is all they scored tonight. 50 points for the Elkhart Christian as the game finishes in a loss for the Cavemen. Again, tune in this Saturday as the Cavemen girls basketball team will try to rebound against the NLC foe in the Plymouth Pilgrims. And then next week, you can see them take on the very talented Warsaw Tigers here from the Cave. And then you can see the boys take on the Wawasee Warriors here from the Cave next Friday. For Matt Rendell, Cam Stokes, Mishawaka Network, thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll be back on Saturday afternoon to bring you some girls basketball action here from the Cave. Have a good night, everyone.